The Government Communications Minister, Honorable Kwachi Ofosu, tells us that we can only tell him that Galamsey is worsened if we show him proof. This morning, our friends from the media, the mission here is to present the proof to Honorable Kwachi Ofosu so he can pass it on to the President and the government and let the NDC government understand that there is enough proof that Galamsey is worsened. The Government Communications Minister, Honorable Kwachi Ofosu, tells us that we can only tell him that Galamsey is worsened if we show him proof. This morning, our friends from the media, the mission here is to present the proof to Honorable Kwachi Ofosu so he can pass it on to the President and the government and let the NDC government understand that there is enough proof that Galamsey is worsened.
Mankron, Abuna East, Mankron. Or friend Mankron, Nanshia de Hay, Nay, Croji, Fefe, Nimune, yes, I am Yedibuarie, Bipia, but in the Amikase, Bianua, or Saint Shubio, Sen and Shia, I poto, I say. And she, I say, Yanu Wakada Waba, obey she, and she, I say, cry, Saint Canina, Nay, Wahonuna. Yakakra, you to me to carry Bibia, but says I say, cram into me. And Shuno a Galamsey, Naman should not say. Mancro won't to a mancro, but baby, I want to know, Nefino, Abegu, Wafandang, I shouldn't, I say, Shunu, says I into me, I will be answer, says a bulla, nay, than Yanum. Bulan crying yet. On an air. We are currently at the Kwenyakon water treatment area. As you can see behind us, the Ayesu River is what we see behind us, and you can all see how bad the situation is. We've already been to other locations together. We saw the Mankron situation. We've seen the Enuma Pepem situation. Yesterday, we also saw the situation at the Upper Dentra East area and how mining is happening blatantly right on the highways and how it's destroying our water bodies. We are having this conversation this morning simply because of, for us, the body language and the posture that the government has taken. We believe that it is a posture that doesn't inspire hope and doesn't encourage us and give us the assurance that the government is willing and ready to deal with this Galamsey menace. As you can see, and I'm sure you've already gathered from the community, more than half or about half of the central region currently do not have potable drinking water because the Kwenyako water treatment plant has been shut down. The community members tell us that this is something they haven't experienced before, that they have never seen this Ayesu River here looking this way. Very, very bad. It's never been like this until about 2.5 months ago. The very painful aspect of it is that the community members, or even in this district, Agona East District, Agona West, Gomoa Central, and all of its adjoining districts, none of them have mining going on in their areas. And so you have a community that have nothing to do with mining. They don't know what gold is in terms of seeing raw gold. They have never been engaged in mining before. Right ahead of us here is somebody's farm, which we have to walk through and come here. And they have to suffer the consequences. So this community is struggling. About half of Central Region do not have potable water because there is active Galamsey going on in the Eastern Region, somewhere in the Yesuano area, Enuma Pepem to be precise, where we are just coming from. And the repercussion or its negative effect is being felt by hundreds of thousands of people in close to about 11 other districts in the Central Region. Think about it. The mining is happening in the Eastern Region, and you have over 11 districts suffering the consequences when they have nothing to do with mining. Now, the government communications minister, Honorable Kwachio Fusu, tells us that we can only tell him that Galamsey is worsened if we show him proof. This morning, our friends from the media, the mission here is to present the proof to Honorable Kwachio Fusu so he can pass it on to the president and the government and let the NDC government understand that there is enough proof that Galamsey is worsened. And today, many more districts who hitherto 9 months ago were living their peaceful life and going about their lives without any stress cannot get water to drink because of the escalated nature of Galamsey across the country. We are worried because the NDC government has a record and history of always muddying our water bodies whenever they are in power. And we are not the ones saying it. The data proves it. Indeed, if you go to the Water Resources Commission website, there is enough evidence that shows that before 2010, when Galamsey escalated in the manner we are seeing today in this country, we had 40 water sites that were being tracked by the Water Resources Commission. As of 2010, when this Galamsey we are seeing popped its head, 40 of these sites were fairly good water. Now, with the Water Resources Commission Water Quality Index, what they do is that they use the turbidity level of the water, including, in addition to the nutrients, and 2 other indicators to come up with the water quality. And that is why I make the point that only the turbidity level cannot be used as a measure for the quality of our water. And for all of us to be on the same page, the Water Resources Commission has been tracking our water quality since 2005, and the data is available for all of us. Today, as of December 2024, the Water Resources Commission Water Quality Index clearly indicates that by 2010, 40 of our water sites were fairly good. When the NDC government was in power between 2010 and 2016, this is what happened. By 2016, the 40 quality water, fairly good water that we had reduced to 15. And 25 of this fairly quality water have now become poor quality water. Let me repeat it. Between 2010 and 2016, the NDC government, which President Mahama was then a vice president and a president at some point, had moved our fairly good water from 40 to 25 poor quality water, and only 15 of these water were fairly good water. It tells you that we have every reason to be worried. We have every reason to be concerned if we are not getting enough assurance from the president, looking at his track record. Because between the period of 2010 and 2016, when he was vice president and president, our water bodies deteriorated to a very poor state. Now guess what? When the MPP government took office, between 2017 and 2024, the 25 poor quality water that we inherited were reduced from 25 to 10. And so by the time Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was leaving office in December 2024, the 15 fairly good water that the NDC government left had increased from 15 to 29 good water. It means that in the 8-year period, the MPP government managed to improve our water quality by reducing the 25 poor quality water to only 10 and increasing the fairly good water from 15 to 29. Indeed, we had even good quality water by the time we were leaving office in 2024. Galamsey is not politics. And that is why all our time in government, I insisted that the NDC were charting a very bad course if they continue to make Galamsey political. I am of the view that the NDC's posture and conduct in opposition and how they publicly went into the Galamsey areas and encouraged and enabled the Galamseyers is one of the reasons why the MPP government struggled to fight and win the Galamsey fight. Because for 2 years, between 2017 and 2019, when the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP government placed a ban on Galamsey, we saw evidence that the water bodies that were looking muddier than this could be clean. We are appealing to the president and the NDC government. Our lives are at stake. The future of this country is at stake. People cannot find potable quality water to drink. The Central Region example is only one example. The reasons and the excuse he gave us through the media engagement is not one that engender hope. It is one that points to he enabling Galamseyers and simply telling the Galamseyers that if they manage to get the gold, whether through foul or fair means, he is ready to buy them. Again, he confirmed through his press engagement that indeed he could be buying gold from Galamseyers to as much as $4 billion out of the $6 billion he has exported. That for us, we believe, is a cause for concern. Because if the president is giving us an indication that he could be buying illegal gold from criminals and exporting, and that is what he is anchoring his government's transformation plan on, then we cannot trust and believe that he is going to put measures in place to end Galamsey. Because should he succeed at ending Galamsey, what he is telling us is that he may be running short of $6 billion, $4 billion out of $6 billion possible export. We are begging, pleading, and appealing to the president and the NDC government that we beg him, he should prioritize our lives and the environment over money. And that we are not interested in how much money he is getting from these criminals. He should stop buying the gold from the criminals and get them off our river bodies so we can have water to drink, so we can have quality, proper health care. Thank you very much for your time and your audience.
And President, this year we see Sika Wunyawo, gold board, and gold hunti. Ama who are some Oma penny ultimate and first Sika Wunyaho. Now, Amafua Waha, Enya in Papa and Mudia. Let us Oma penny, your Koya Nasi by your Paucho. Where they are slow, who say I can't near more about Swa, Oma penny, Obetia. But the Aquas way, dear, what down your photo show, Feather Mama, would your wild show, and this is for Muna Monchevi. It is way 10 years, Yekasi ye koso ahwe ni say ya. Ebede na manfo anya bia no. Central region so yentu gold wo ha ba bia.
Yankasa na yesi na ti ni so kama kra but na say na nsu started say a change color ti e trace ya na ehu say wo mu tu Galamsey wo eastern region ho baby na affect but wo hwe yan awie mu ha ya aguna yisi ya this year chimfo no a baby ani a wo tu Galamsey but rather am say enuma papa mu ho no mo side no na wo mu tu a nti ama me nsu no eni ayesa say nsu de ebi me tutu borehole na eblim so wo handbag wells what's up ni ya wonsuo kitwa bi so da so aduro kwan no and na sisia students square secondary school for ina and na wo mokoye bridge na so wo moko na wokosa see apart from that I just say onyankopon adum ye nsu ansa na oh say sia de ye be sremo mu na mokasa Ghana man ni aban ina wote mo mama man peni on hu say and Yaguna is Yankun about 10 districts and a Queen Quarter West, a surprise. When you now see our bread, a futu, a wuchu, Senya, Skumada being black, na go Muana Dina, we now be a brain soon. So, Koya bang, yes, and one am share, Obama, Water West, I Juma way to my pumping suit, the Alco baby, Womuhia Biano, on Faso. Now, Boho now, Womutunity, and Yadia Babua. To say, quote, to say, Queen Apple, let's obey two Boho 4, Emma Wanga. Oche ebeboa emboa
you need ye ni to Galamsey ekoso na ayesu river far ne source edifi eastern region into no outside konyakon aguna east ya nkasa de enye Galamsey nkoso wa ha ebe affect ayesu by eastern region na ye nyina ye gitum say be ye mre be 2-3 months ni na ayesu ani da ho so ye utumi de ye bibia utumi numbi just as ABM Nema Abrabon cost fine. But see, I bear 2 to 3 months, and I'm Galamsey on your eastern region. Babisi and Nay, and I'm in Suyinia say, na your best rabbi, because some of us know, during the campaign time. How NDC no are buying and the communicators, NDC party in the communicators, Agina MPP are buying so, say Galamsey no declare state of emergency, Nayan Hawa, you bet to me, Esiano. But Omobaye, I think say Omobaye no January 7 January Omobaye so to me declare state of emergency. And now say the total ban on illegal mining. Ye Galamsey at the buyer. And can aim to me inquire Mbeka this 11 district Yawaha. I used to head works in a supply in Yansu. Ukwa Swedra Mobo Keke. Accra River that we are not used to drinking from the Accra River because Swedra is urban area. So and there pipe me, what are we going to do? Yeah, what the ordinary man on the street, yes, sika and top pure water bag, they be also the barrier and also the anum. So send pano, obedanu musu, and water is life. So your best rabbi no, a Bobby or Mushafa Galamsey will be a best rom, Omundiso, na Galamsey, no, at least, Yensu, Nayensu, ya Brabona, Ebono, Ewo, your district in Mono, and go from my end.
The color of the river, and as you can see the community members around, this is where they actually do everything. You can see the rocks. This is where they come and wash. This is where they fetch water. This is where the children bath. This is where they play. But look at the river. Barely 1.5 months ago, this place was full with community members jumping in and out of the water on a Sunday like this, having fun. Those who cook around were also cooking around. Those who wash around are washing around. But look at this river. And this is supposed to be the region for the government communications minister who is asking us to show him evidence. And I'm surprised he didn't know, because this is supposed to be his region. Let me repeat. The community around here, from Mankron, Kwenyako, Asafo, descending, they have no potable water. And so whilst we even continue to fight and pursue these Galamseyers, who are not in this district. These Galamseyers are mining in eastern region. And the effect of the mining in eastern region is what we are seeing in central region. About 11 districts are affected by this Ayesu River situation. Whilst we urge the government to fight this and win it, we appeal to the government to put in some interim measures for the community. They need boreholes urgently. They need boreholes urgently. What I have seen with my eyes and what all of you, our friends with the media, you've seen with your eyes, you will agree that we cannot wait till this water is clean to the level that was before. There's an old lady here that has the state of the river barely 1.5 months ago. That is shown to us. I will take a copy and I'll give to you. And you compare how this river was somewhere in July as compared to as it is now in September. We cannot afford to sit down and allow this government to gaslight us with few pictures and videos in the name of we are fighting Galamsey, when the true Galamsey is happening and is destroying our water bodies. But whilst at that, please, the boreholes are needed for the community. There are senior members of the National Democratic Congress who are from this area. This is the Agona East District. And the community members are just telling me that our senior statesmen like the Ahoys are all from this district. Please, they need to come back home quickly and put in an emergency arrangement to get their people some boreholes to drink. They can instruct, they are senior members of the party. They can instruct the Water and Resources Minister to quickly come and plant some boreholes in the Agona East District as an interim measure, whilst they mount pressure on their government to fix the river for their own people. Thank you very much.